It's time for the mic drop. We go deep on one topic to end our show. And let me ask you a question. What are your work hours? On paper, 7 to 3, 8 to 4, 9 to 5, something like that. Now, how much time do you think you give to your job outside of these hours? Oh, you know what I'm talking about. You finished up the day's TPS reports and you're just about to creep out the door and here comes your team leader. We're gonna need you to work late tonight. Would that be a problem? Yes. The old question that's not really a question, because realistically, yeah, it's a problem. You saw I was about to leave, you know it's a problem. But you being the afraid to lose your job team player that you are, yeah, sure, Chad, no problem. I'll just put my whole life on hold for you again. Rather than, sorry, no can do. I'll see you in the morning. Does that sound familiar? Am I talking about you? Then maybe it's time for you to quit. Oh, quit my job, Reese? No, I'm not saying to do that. You quit your job, all of a sudden you lose a steady paycheck and you have to cut cable, you can't watch open mic. No, I'm talking about quiet quitting, a relatively new term that has jumped off the internet and into America's workplaces. You know what? How about I let TikTok user Zaid Khan explain it to you?
I recently learned about this term called quiet quitting, where you're not outright quitting your job, but you're quitting the idea of going above and beyond. You're still performing your duties, but you're no longer subscribing to the hustle culture mentality that work has to be your life. The reality is it's not, and your worth as a person is not defined by your labor.
Man, that talk was peaceful. And the thought of it sounds empowering, doesn't it? You just work the hours you're supposed to work, and that's it. When you're finished, you leave to do whatever it is you want. And then you come back the next morning and do it again. What a novel concept. Social media is loving the idea. People are saying yes to it on message boards, and almost 500,000 people have liked Khan's TikTok. But you know who doesn't like it? Employers and employment services. But like my man Ned Wolf said on Twitter, it's not quitting, it's showing up, doing your work, going home. No extras. And therein lies the problem for the middle managers, bosses, and employment agencies of America. See, for them, it's not extra, it's expected. But now workers have a little more power and say so thanks to the Great Resignation. And they're taking advantage of it. And personally speaking, I'm here for it. Now look, there are jobs that you can't just leave when the clock strikes a certain hour. You can't be in the middle of surgery talking about, it's almost 5, I got things to do. Yeah, you got something to do, all right. You better finish that kidney transplant before you try and clock out where you got to be. Oh, other than a group brawl at Waffle House. But the rest of us, burning ourselves out behind tradition, fear, and the unspoken promise of a little bit more money. I think the pandemic has taught us we all deserve a little bit more than that. So what you waiting on? Go on and get to quitting quietly. And by the way, shout out to WSA9 for letting me do that at work. I see y'all tomorrow. Y'all some real ones.